Today, I'm gonna make a quick video on how to launch a digital product business and make $10,000. I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible and get straight to the point. So let's get to it. If you're in the digital product business, you know that in order to generate sales for your digital product, you need to create a funnel, or what we like to call a system. And usually that first product that you are selling is something that we like to call a low ticket offer. That can be anywhere from $7 to $50, just for an example. And you're not trying to get rich off that one sale, because you won't. You won't get rich off selling a $17 product. You have to make a ton of sales to make $10,000. If you want to make $10,000 off, let's say $47, I believe it's like 213 people that need to buy off you in order to make that 10,000, which is possible. But we want to get to that 10,000 easily, pretty easy, not make it hard. We want to make it an easy step. And that's what a lot of people get confused on. They just make that one product and they just hope for more sales to come in, and they're happy like that. And if you like that, that's fine, but this is how you are going to make the 10,000 as fast as possible. So one thing you need to realize is that once someone pulls out their wallet and they're willing to pay you, even if it's for something small like $7, $17, everything changes, because they're no longer just browsing. They're actually someone looking to take action, looking to solve their problem. So this is where I created a system. Well, I didn't create it. This system's been around for who knows how long. But this is a system that will actually work. Once someone buys off you, that first initial product, that low ticket, you immediately want to offer more help, right? So let's see. Give me a sec. So after someone buys that first thing, you immediately want to offer them more help, and you don't want to do it in a pushy way. You just want to do it in a way that, goes something along the lines like, hey, since you're already solving this problem, do you want to go deeper? And, that type of way, and you want to do it, and it would look something like, having a small add-on to your first, initial product. So it's going to look something like, let's just say $47. And you need to have a small add-on to that main product, something that will make that main product better. And that could be like I said, like a small add-on, an order bump could be $37 right there. Just a quick something. It could be like $17, something like that. You also need to have a bigger solution, something that is more complete, a more complete program. And this can be your high ticket offer, something that's like, let's say for example, $197 right there. And then you also need to have an alternative option, just in case if they say no to that initial offer of $197, you can have like a one-time offer of like, hey, I'll give you a discount and you can have it for let's say $147, for example. And then if you want to go even deeper, you can even have something even more that goes like a coaching program, a one-on-one. And this can be you can price this at, like, for example, $199, like $2,000 right there, right? So this is how your system needs to look like if you really want to make $10,000 as fast as possible, without having to just have your only your main core product of just $47 and just hoping for hundreds of people to buy that one product and then make $10,000. But now we're gonna get to the point where what people actually want. So let's go down here. All right, zoom out a little bit. All right, so this is what people want. Nobody wants more information. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Nobody wants more information. And let me tell you why. Because we are drowning in information. This world is full of information, just a bunch of information in this world. So what people actually want is they want to feel different from what they do currently. They want to close the gap to where they are and where they want to be. So they want to go from point A, which is where they are right now. This is where they are right now, right here. This is where they at. And they want to get to point B, right? Right here. This is the desired spot they want to be. So whatever it is that you are selling it needs to create that change. You can't, you're not just going to teach it. You actually need to help them experience that. You actually have to take them from that point A to point B. Because when you do this, this is how you are going to get people, get your products that you have, the higher ticket ones, the order bumps and all that. Because if someone just buys the 47, your low ticket offer, let's say, for example, and they see how valuable it was, and be like, wow, this is really valuable. Let me see what his higher ticket options might be. Maybe those are even more valuable. So whatever it is that you're selling, it actually has to have value in it, because that's how people will come back to you and they will buy from you again, because they realized what you sold them initially was so valuable that they're so hungry to know what's even in the higher ticket items. This is how you're going to find your people, okay? This is exactly how you're going to find your people. Let's go right here. YouTube. YouTube is exactly where you should find your people. People go to YouTube when they have problems, right? And they need their problem solved. And they're not just, scrolling for entertainment like, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever platforms they use to doom scroll. People use those platforms to, do that type of stuff. But when people are on YouTube, they're actively looking for answers to their problem. So this makes your job even easier. And you don't need millions of views. You don't need, you don't need that many views. You just need a couple hundred people, if anything. You don't need a lot of people. You just need the right people. That's all you need. You just need the right people to find you. That's it. So whenever you're ready to launch, whatever digital product it is that you are making or created, you need to be able to, let me see, get rid of this real quick. You need to be able to create urgency and scarcity tactics. So what I mean by that is, when you have your video, when you're posting your videos on YouTube, you need to tell them like, hey, your call to action at the end of the video, hey, I'm going to create this product that's going to help solve this problem. So like I said, it's going to take them from point A to point B. And then you need to tell them, if they're interested in this product, to join your email list and the link in the bio, because when the digital product is released, you're going to raise the price from, let's say, $47 to $197 after the first hour. So people who are really interested, they're going to join that email list. And when you release the product, this will flood your system instantly, because people are going to know that after the first hour, you're going to increase the price from that $47 to $197. All you have to do is just build a simple system behind it and focus on attracting people who genuinely want help, who genuinely want what you are offering. It's literally that simple. It's not magic. It's just being thoughtful about how you help people after they raise their hand and say, yes, I want this, what you are offering. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, if you like the videos, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, so I can create more of these type of videos to help you guys on how you can, launch a digital product business and make $10,000, as fast as possible. And I'll see you till next video.